Of course, your office door is always open to employees. But aren't there some days when you realise that what you actually need is a really good place to hide?
I'll call you back on it. Yes, Wendy.
Sorry to interrupt you, Maureen, but I've got Mr. Enright from Dispatch outside. He wants to know whether or not he's entitled to an extra day off because of his coming into work on New Year's Day. Well, I thought he was, but I thought I ought to check it with you because if he wasn't, and I'd said he was, and then he wasn't, well, he'd blame me, wouldn't he, for saying that he was?
Yes, all right, Wendy. Well, the thing is, he earned a lot of overtime, didn't he, for working on New Year's Day? And I really think it's up to him if he wants to give up a holiday.
Ah, no, you see, Mr. Proctor actually asked him to come in. I've got Mr. Proctor's note here. He didn't want to give up his holiday at all. Yes, you see, and under Article 19 of the 1976 Trades Union Agreement, he is actually entitled to that.
Well, then you're right.
Yes. Sorry, is he entitled or not?
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought. Thank you very much, Maureen. I just thought I'd run that by you. Thank you. Thank you.
The employee we'd all like to have is the person who can do everything. Unfortunately, what we end up with is the person who says they can do everything.
Ah, Billy, do sit down. Now, a bit of admin. I need your department's expenses for this quarter.
They'll be on your desk first thing after lunch.
Good. Now, what about that new account in your area, Halbach and Kennedy? I thought I asked you to send someone out.
I was just about to do that very thing, Stu, when you called me in.
Yes, but I asked you a month ago.
Yeah. Well, tied up with a bit of a shortfall of manpower in the field at the moment.
But you said that you'd put someone straight onto it.
Yeah, well, had to judge for the right moment. I mean, you pressurize these new companies and they'll distrust you.
Well, forget it, Billy. I just had word they gave Parker and Gibbs a big order, all right? We missed the bus, Billy. I mean, that was why it was so urgent.
Oh. Yeah, well, these new companies, I shouldn't be surprised if they'll be bust within a week or two, defaulting on payments here and there. Sounded like a bit of a Mickey Mouse operation to me. I reckon we're well out of it.
Well, anyway, what about this call rate problem? Look, I want a monthly report on salespeople who fail to make calls. Your area is one of the worst, Billy.
One of the best.
What?
We're the worst because we're the best. We're such a hot, tight little area, Stu, that we simply have more calls to make, which means more calls that we fail to make.
Well, anyway, I want that report out by yesterday.
On your desk first thing.
Better be. And Industrial Carbon Fluids want a call. They're thinking of upgrading to Turbonet 7.
I will call on them myself, personally.
Yeah, you're not taking on too much. I mean, you're not biting off more than you can chew.
Hey, Stuart, I'm famous for my bite. I can chew with the best of them. I'll handle it myself, personally.
Your people depend on you. You should be proud of that. Although it can be a little irritating when you have important things to do, like finding that really good place to hide.
I've outlined below the precise job description for 3 posts to be filled in the Quality Control Department. And I'd like... Wendy, how can I help?
Sorry to bother you, Maureen. But Mr. Jarvis from accounts has lost his car park card. You know, the one that lifts the barrier. Well, we're not supposed to issue duplicates until a week has passed in case he finds it. And anyway, we don't want too many cards in the system because you know the trouble we're in.
No, well, you're quite right, Wendy. You'll just have to tell him you're simply not allowed to issue duplicates. I mean, he should know this. I'm sure he's just stringing you along.
Along, isn't he, Maureen? That's right. Thank you.
Most things can be done the right way or the wrong way. But there are some people who manage to find some very mysterious ways indeed.
Sandra?
Yes, Mike.
I'm looking in the customer file for Parker and Gibbs.
Oh.
Ah, P. P. Parker.
No. P for Pontypool. Their office is in Pontypool.
Oh, I see. Sandra, I also want the United Construction file. Where's their head office?
Birmingham, I think.
That's right. Birmingham. It's not here.
Was it a letter from them to you?
Yes.
Ah, well, perhaps it's under C.
C?
customers? Construction?
Correspondence.
Sandra, this system doesn't work.
It works for me.
All right, well, let's try Consolidated Enterprises. Is that filed under C for Consolidated, or Customers, or Correspondence, or under E for Enterprises, or P for Prizes, or B because one of their branch managers was born and brought up in Beirut?
What's the matter, Mike?
Sorry.
Would you like a nice chocolate biscuit?
No, I'd just like the most recent letter from Consolidated Enterprises.
Certainly.
C, where's their head office?
London. Oh, I never file anything under L for London. Well, you see, there are so many offices in London, I'd never find it.
Never find it.
She's back, and this time you're mad.
I would like to offer them for internal application and would therefore be grateful if you would run the ads in the in-house magazine for next week. Wendy, how can I help you?
Sorry to butt in like this, Maureen. It's just Sally from marketing. You know she took a few days off last week because she said she wasn't feeling very well. Well, she's pregnant. Isn't that nice? Yes, anyway, she wants to know whether or not she's entitled to maternity leave. But it's a bit more complicated than that, because she's actually been working for us for 5 years, part-time, you see. So technically she's not eligible, but of course it is discretionary. Her manager has no objection. I wondered if...
What is normal procedure?
Well, normally, Maureen, we would in fact say yes.
Then yes.
Thank you, Maureen.
You want to get the best out of your staff, of course you do. But there's always someone who isn't going to take your well-meant words of advice in quite the right spirit.
And Dr. Patel actually came in himself and thanked us for getting the records to him so quickly. Really nice of him.
Good, yes, good. Tracy, I'm afraid that... How are you liking the new labels, Tracy?
Oh, they're much better.
Are they?
No more licking.
No.
I always thought that glue was bad for you anyway.
Absolutely, yes. Now then, Tracy. I'm afraid there's something I'm not happy about, Tracy.
What?
Well, it's about your work.
What about it?
I'm just not happy about it.
What do you mean, you're not happy about it?
Well, you're too slapdash, too careless, really.
I'm not.
You are.
Well, you've never said anything about it before.
No, that's because I'm trying to say something about it now.
When? When was I slapdash?
Just all of the time, really. You've got a slapdash sort of nature, really, haven't you?
I don't believe this. I work my guts out. I get paid a pittance. I put up with horrible people in primitive working conditions. And then I'm asked to come in here and be insulted.
Now, calm down, Tracy. I'm not insulting you.
Not insulting me? You tell me I'm slapdash, and then you say you're not insulting me.
No, I don't mean to insult you. That's
No.
what...
But you're going to put it on my report, aren't you?
Well, yes, but no. It's
Right.
just that...
That's it. I've had enough. Thank you very much.
An office romance is rather a charming thing, don't you think? But remember, the course of true love never did run smooth. And when people get distracted, that's when they can get hurt.
Oh, my goodness. He's wonderful. Well, if you value my opinion, which you probably don't, I think he's a boring, bolshy, block-headed little creep. He's like a god. Thomas, the god of wiping the sticky bits off the top of the coffee machine. Quite a catch, I'd say. Well, I hope you'll be very happy.
Oh, yes. Listen to her. And who developed an unaccountable thirst his first day here, when the distant squeak of muslin on Formica would send you up that corridor like a rat up a drain pipe?
Don't be absurd, Judith. Well, anyway, he's mine. We were meant for each other. I'm surprised he was meant at all. Have you done those copies, Judith?
You forgot your pens.
Tom! You bitch! You oven out bitch and a cow! I hate you, you old slag!
Thank you.